Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Lone Star Radio on my mind. So won't you kick your feet up if you have a minute? Turn your radio dial.
Welcome to the Texas Ticket Show. This is Armando, Lone Star Community Radio on the Texas Ticket Show. You caught me reading little postcards today. Well, these folks got it going on. Where? What? Oh, there you are. Postcards. There it is. I don't know where I was at. I got a little spun around. But yeah, great magazine. Got delivered to my house today. I don't know if you see this thing. We can reach out to these folks, reach our community here in Walden, Lake Conroe, the Lake Conroe area, and give them the NINO as your little code there to work with those guys. Let them know you heard it on Lone Star Community Radio. But today, we here on the Texas Ticket Show, we have quite a show lined up. I got JCT Granite Source, and they're at the Waterpoint Center there on Lake Conroe. Mr. Cuervo is the owner and CEO and has been working behind the scenes building places like Fajita Jack's and Seven Leguas, all kinds of different places on the lake. He's going to tell us all about that because I honestly, I think I know, but a lot. And a lot of commercial businesses where some of that design that we appreciate every day is part of our community. He'll be here to tell us a little bit about that. That's Mr. Cuervo with JCT Granite Source. But for now, I have Perry, the man, the myth, the legend, the Papa's Ice House owner here in the studio with us today. And then we'll go over the Texas Ticket, Punch Your Texas Ticket segment here in a minute. Let's welcome Perry to the show. Let's get this one started. Perry Loughridge, welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much. How you doing, Armando?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad you made it. That's kind of the part I actually practice to say. The rest is just off the cuff. And I don't even think I did that fully. These postcard guys are pretty good, though. I like them. You know, they're a unicorn. I don't see them much. Just over-commercialized. They still have the pet of the month and the Sudoku and all that stuff.
The photo of the month also or something like that?
I don't know. I think so. They're 15 years now plus, but good people, man. They're good folks. And we had, I don't know, Leah Lamp. She did the lamp lighthouse tours out in the Ghost Lamp lighthouse tours out in Montgomery. Yeah, well, they toured the haunted roads in Montgomery. Yeah, yes. And that was the old. I say it was the old train stop for medical during the Civil War. They would stop there. They would regroup the trains that were moving to different places to take care of soldiers during. I don't know much about all that history, but I know it goes back to there, and there's a lot of homes back there that are historical markers with the state and that litter Montgomery. The city of Montgomery. But Perry, let's get on the right page.
All right, where are we going?
Man, the myth, the legend, Perry's.
I don't know anything about all that.
Come on, man! Your name goes hard from 2920 to Huntsville.
I guess I'd have to thank my father for that.
Yeah, it started about 1975.
1975 in Rayford Sawdust Corner. There, my father opened Papa Luigi's Pizza. In 1975, and so this is our 50th year in business as Papa's in Montgomery County.
It's still pink.
Well, Papa's Luigi's wasn't pink, but it is still pink.
Yeah, and there was a bar there too. Wasn't there a bar in the Woodlands?
Yes, Papa's Ice House.
Yeah,
there was a Papa's Ice House in the Woodlands. It actually started with Papa Luigi's, then it went to Ours Delight, was a ice cream shop that my dad dreamed of having. So he had that, and then that didn't work. So he changed it into a bar, and he called it Papa's Other Side. And then from Papa's Other Side, I went to Papa's Dugout, which we took the pizza restaurant and the bar and added it all together, made a big sports bar out of it.
That's awesome. We kind of worked together. Did you sell ice cream?
We quit selling ice cream at that time.
Okay. All right. That might not have been a bad thing. Like someone asking me at a bar, and I keep telling everybody I'm half diabetic, half alcoholic. So part of me drinks 3 beers and then wants an ice cream sandwich, So I'm not saying that they don't go together. I mean, they don't go together, but I don't know. Maybe I would have 2 beers and get a couple of double scoops of peppermint ice cream on a waffle cone.
You can go to our place now at Papa's on the Lake and get you a Otto's root beer and a Crown. We call it a Big Otto.
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome. And that's Mr. Bill Clevenger in it. That
Yes,
guy
it
has
is.
been bringing that great root beer to us, and we saw him over at Lake Windcrest for the Folds of Honor. It was a group that does support for veterans and stuff at Lake Windcrest, the golf course there, and he was on. I don't remember what hole he was on, but man, he had the tap. He's
Yes.
over there just pumping out fresh root beer just right off the tap. I'm
That's
like,
what
oh man,
That's the way we do it at Papa's on the Lake. We have it on the tap also.
really?
Yes.
Oh, it's good. It's totally different. I mean,
It's totally different than out of the bottle.
night and day, and we love it. And so you've been a part of this community, and I always tell people, no, I've been here before you got here, and it was a 2-lane highway. But when I got here, you were already here.
Yeah, we got here in 1996 on Lake Conroe, and luckily we got a great spot a long, long time ago. As of today, 29 years we've been in business on Lake Conroe as Papa's on the Lake, and we're still trying to thrive on.
And man, yeah, you've been a part of that fishing community, and I think that's where we tied up, and getting out there, watching the fishing tournaments, and
Every February we do the Big Bass Tour with Keith Odom and that group, and they're a great group to work with. I think we've been working with them now for about 17 years, and we're glad to be working with them.
And you got the Tops group too that works with you out there.
Tops group, they just had a big car show and a boat show this last weekend, and they said it was a pretty good success.
That's awesome. And I know they love the visit. They love the pattern of success, and they like to bring that back. But making sure everybody knows to expect it. And coming out and visiting, seeing these biggest boats on the lake, the coolest boats on the lake, all the cigarette boats.
The small boats count too. Don't put them aside, because the small boats are people as well, and they like to come out to the lake and have a good time. But this was just a fundraiser for the Tops Club. They support different charities, and we're all about trying to help everybody support what they got going on. We do fundraisers for people that they need to give them some money to take care of or whatever.
Oh,
So we try to do all that for the community.
you do a lot for the community, and I do want to throw in that Montgomery County Fair and Rodeo and all the great things that they do for this community. And I know you've been religiously there, just regularly. I mean, just a good part of that
Since
event.
1981, we've been at the Montgomery County Fair.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people go and they expect to see your booth. They want to go to your booth, and I stop by every year and I have a good time. I always enjoy myself, and I always think, wow. I'm always wowed by the booth and all the going-ons, and I know how many people had to step out of their normal routine to make this happen, and I know what this event brings to our community, and it's so much. I mean, from the Sunshine Group all the way to the cook-offs to the ropers that are coming up, to the little kids that are selling their lambs and stuff like that. It's all part of the same engine, and you volunteering to come on the show today, we really appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate you having me. Thank you very much.
And that's real stuff. I mean, a lot of people they talk a lot of game, I see you participating actively in cultivating the community that you're a part of and have been a part of for a long, long, long time. And man, longer than me. Longer than me, and I'll say that very often.
I'm fortunate that my father had a good name and started it with, and then I carried on for him. He's still here with us, though, so I'm glad to have him and my mom both still today.
That's awesome, really. That's crazy good, and you are blessed, and we love coming by the place. It's iconic. People talk about it from all over the place. We get folks mentioning the pink building on the lake. Do you know where that is? What's that thing called? What is that? What's the thought behind the whole pink building?
The pink building came when I used to work for Continental Airlines. I was painting jets for Continental Airlines, and I'd go scuba diving about every 2 weeks in Cozumel, Mexico. And every time I got there, everything was pink, yellow, teal, green, whatever. So it was just really relaxing. And I wanted to build a place and paint it in pink and yellow and pink and teal or whatever to make people relax, because I think those colors make people relax. And it's been pretty successful for the last 30 some odd years that we've been from Papa's Ice House in the Woodlands to Papa's on the Lake. And so I'll just keep things pink.
Keep it pink. Yeah. No, I'm always relaxed when I go there. I feel comfortable. I feel right at home. It's such a chill place. I mean, I enjoy myself every time we're there. And you do I hate to say it, but, you know, my favorite night is steak night because, you know, I like to eat a lot.
That is actually today, Tuesday, is steak night. Every Tuesday. We've been doing it now at Papa's on the Lake for about 28 years.
Dang. Yeah, I figured it had been a while, but it wasn't. I'm backlogging in my head. I don't want to say it because I'm not 100% sure, but I remember that line and just standing in that line for hours because everybody's crazy about a good steak, you know, and it was always a great steak, more than what I ever expected, better than what I paid for, and nobody expects a great steak dinner at Popeyes, you know, and call me crazy. You know, don't try Tony Rocks here, man, but I mean, I know.
I don't know how can this pink building cook such a good steak.
No, I had no clue that was going to happen.
I don't really know.
Yeah, you don't know until you go, you know, until you realize, oh, no, they do take this serious. You know, this is good.
All the food we buy at Papa's is quality food. We try to buy from Cisco and Jake's both, and we buy quality. We don't want something that just is just going to make us money. We want to make money and also give quality to the people. The people deserve to have quality, and we try hard to make quality. And my kitchen cooks, they work hard back there. They're not always correct, but they work hard. And my employees, they are all hard workers. They try hard. Nobody's perfect, so, you know, we just try very hard.
You're not trying to be a fine dining steakhouse, but dang it if you can't get one. You know,
Oh, no, you can come to Papa's on the Lake and have a 10 to 12 ounce ribeye for $12 with salad, baked potato, all the works.
You can't go anywhere else to get it for $12.
No,
That's
not for $17.
sure.
You cannot.
And you know, good beverages, good drinks, good fellowship, good friendship, and a lot of good folks from here on the lake. And it's a great place to meet folks, and you can hear yourself talk. You know, you can enjoy your time. You can enjoy all the new. You got some new stuff out there, right? You got some new greens you put out and some other
We
things.
put some astroturf over the volleyball courts. We found that people don't really use the volleyball courts much anymore. I guess it's the new era, but now it's all pickleball or something. So we put turf over the volleyball courts and made it a cornhole toss area with picnic tables, so people can just go out and sit and enjoy the sun if they want to. Or we have our swimming pool out back, which is 21 and above. We have a waterfall for their kids if they want to come play in the waterfall.
Yeah, or the waterfall. And a full pool out there. I mean, we just take the pool out because it's kind of normal. But there is a pool.
There is a pool.
It's the normal things are there.
It's for 21 years and up. The pool is. So.
Okay. No kids splashing you with your gin and tonic, you know. So you house a lot of musical groups, and you house a lot of local events that support local causes. And I know they bring patronage to your place, but you get to choose. I mean, you get to elect whether you want them there or not, and so many people have benefited from your yes.
Yes, we like to work with the community, Armando. Mm-hmm. That's what it's about. The community has made us who we are, so we always try to give back to the community. You know, we support the bass tournaments. We support the bass fishermen for the high schools. We support the volleyball groups. We support all the kids in their schools as long as the TABC will let us.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, we support people that have somebody that had heart problems and they had to have surgery. You know, if they need to come raise money, come raise money.
That's awesome.
You know, people that have passed away, they need to pay for their funeral, which is sad to say over the air, but whatever it is, we will help you raise your money.
Let me stop you there, and I'll bring some radio talk. Hopefully we have something to talk about that just raises eyebrows, you know, and keeps them watching our program. But, you know, I had a guy ask me the other day, he said, you know, there's a lot of people on the planet, you know, something pushing 10 billion or something like that. And they die and come back to life all the time. And you can see how many people come back to life. How many graveyards are in your area?
I don't know if I know that answer.
Where are all them people that passed going? Where are all the graves? Every graveyard I look around is doesn't have very many new ones in it.
Doesn't have very many new people in it?
Not much.
I guess I don't look at it like that.
Well, I don't either. But I heard the question brought up, and it's just been playing with my mind. It's playing with my mind right now. When you brought that up, I was all thinking about, where are they at? I mean, yeah, there is a lot more that have passed than I'm seeing out here. I mean, think about what died in COVID and what the folks that passed there and the numbers we're looking at. And they're just natural deaths every year, I mean, it's just happened, Dad was 102. Yeah, he's passed on now. Well, where did you bury him at? I'm curious. And because I look around in most of our, there are some there that I see that have some, new graves. We've seen out to that sort of thing. I just never ponder much about it. Never think much about it. But it seems like it's not on the scale of what I hear about those that have passed. But whatever, strange thought, I guess. Radio talk stuff.
Pretty strange to me.
Yeah, radio talk stuff. Yeah, you chew on that, ruminate on this for a few minutes. But nevertheless, I feel like our community's constantly evolving, and I'm so blessed I got the opportunity to see it from then to now, and I know you understand that. You just dynamic of time. I never saw it going there. I never saw it going here. I don't know where it's going in the future, but unless you guide it to some effect or it's his will or whatever we choose to do, I have no idea. But where do you see Papa's in the future? I mean, if you were to try to put something down on your own accord, where would it be?
I think I'm good where I'm at.
Yeah?
Happy. It's a full-time job.
It is.
I mean, I work sometimes 40 hours a week, sometimes I work 80 hours a week. I do take vacation because I'd have to keep sane, but just to be honest.
No, I hear you. Yeah, you got to. It's kind of like living and working in the same office,
There are so many days that I work 15, 16 hours a day, and people don't see that, but I do work a lot, and that's what the bar business is. You got to be there.
And it's running that much. I mean, what time do you open out there?
We open at 11.
And what time do you close?
Midnight. We used to close at 2 a.m., but we decided to change that after COVID.
Yeah. So it's right now, that bar closes at 2 a.m. every night.
No, it closes at midnight.
Midnight every night.
We used to be open till 2 a.m.
Okay.
But COVID put the restraints on us, so we couldn't. So then we just decided to stay closed at midnight.
Was that 13 hours, right? Am I doing my math right?
I guess, yeah. 11 to 12 is 13 hours. You're correct.
13 a day, right? So
I'm not there every day, all day.
No, I hope not. Heck.
But there's sometimes when I'm doing fundraisers for people that I get there at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. Like we got a big car show coming up on May 17th through the.
I heard about this.
It's a Corvette Club, Sam Houston Corvette Club.
Mm-hmm.
And we're doing this big car show for them. Well, I'll start at 7 that morning just to prepare for them to get there about 8. And then I'll probably be there the rest of the afternoon.
Mm-hmm. And, doing things like this circus to help promote it, and make sure folks understand it's happening. I mean, it's good to communicate. I mean, I know they do, the Corvette Club themselves. And I've seen a lot of the bands that come out to your place. They promote themselves really well.
They do, and we have them on our www.papasonthelake.com. You can go there and look at the events. And for the whole summer so far, I believe we got them all listed on the weekends, on Fridays or Saturdays and Sundays. Every now and then we'll play another one on Friday. But from now till October, we'll do Saturdays and Sundays. Saturdays will be from 11 to 7, and Sundays will be from Saturdays will be from 7 to 11 p.m.
Okay.
For the bands. And then on Sunday, they'll be from 3 to 7 p.m.
So in those times, they should expect some live entertainment of some sort. Yeah.
Yes, all summer long.
Well, I growing up here, spending my life on this lake, and Montgomery High School, Sam Houston State. I tell everybody the same story, but I didn't want them to think that it was some fair weather. I'm buttering your bread, or I'm just trying to. The real deal. I've been visiting and patroning since I was in my teens.
Well, not since your teens, maybe since you were 21, but
all right, whatever. Nuance.
Unless you had one of those things, but.
21
and up is what we are, and then unless you're with a parent, but it's all good.
Well, your family could come earlier during then for the tournaments and stuff.
I said 21 years and up, unless you're with your parents.
But I was doing photo shoots and stuff. So.
Yeah, you were preparing for your career. I understand.
Yeah. Pre-collegiate years, But I've always, one of the things I really liked about that is, one, seen some of the best artists that I know that are homegrown in your place.
We have had several big artists there. We had Pat Green played some Christmas stuff for us. Doug Supernall, which is passed now, and God bless his soul. He was a good friend of mine, and we had a lot of good times together. We've had Roger Kreger. We've had Eli Young. We've had Randy Rogers. We've had all kinds of big names.
Jesse Robb Jr. You've had TNT. You got there's so many. I just remember some. Just okay, vaguely,
there are so
vaguely
many,
remember
there are so
some
many,
really
but
good times.
it's nice to be able to that you can remember them. I do it every day of my life, so I don't remember who many I have. But if you get to come out and see them, that's the best part about it, right?
Kind of. The next layer of best part is that I'm standing next to a guy I graduated from high school with that I ain't seen in 5 years, 10 years. And he's standing next to me, enjoying the same music, the same place. He's still in my community, and I just didn't know it. And I love that coming together there that I tend to find every time I go. And it is the gold. It is the gold. I came for a good time, but I left with reuniting with an old friend and someone that's just never left. I just didn't.
Correct. That's the whole idea. We like people to keep coming back and seeing their friends, and we're a big, wide open area, so there's enough room to everybody can come enjoy their set of friends or their whole group of friends, or maybe even new friends.
Man, and I didn't even think about that aspect until it became that aspect. I ran into some friends, and it was at I don't remember. I think True South Entertainment with Bo. Remember Bo Sullivan out there?
Oh, yeah.
He had something going on out there, and I went out, and Jesse Robb was there, and I think Paul Wall.
Paul Wall.
Yeah.
Imagine that, huh?
Paul Wall, baby. Yeah. It was great, man. What a cool time. I thought that was so fun, but when they're like fireworks, they go off in one night, and it's like, man, these are such cool moments. And sometimes after the fact, you wish more that you would have gone, and, I wish I would have gone that night, or I wish I would have been, I missed the Prince reenactment band or whatever. The like, oh, well. And then you see it and you're like, man, I wish I would have gone. Damn, that would have been really cool.
Well, you should have gone.
Yeah. I definitely should have gone. So Papa's Ice House out there on 105, right across from McCaleb Road, and it's on Highway 105 West, an icon. You've been here since it was a 2-lane highway, and and beyond.
Shortly after it was a 4-lane.
Yeah,
well, 6-lane, whatever it is now.
I can't even count. I don't know.
They were still in the process of building it when we bought the property.
Yeah, I remember driving up and down 105, and I think I'd waved 20 times from Montgomery to Conroe at different people going the other direction.
Yeah, I understand, because you knew the truck, and truck looked like it was coming right at you on a 2-lane highway.
I remember me and Taco over at Mariel's in the produce department. And Taco played Montgomery football, and an old friend. He knows who he is. And we were standing there at Mariel's. He was a butcher there. And we're like, who's that guy over in produce? I don't know. I never seen him before. We looked at him like he might be here with nefarious reasons because we didn't recognize him, Now I don't recognize anybody. Like, oh, man, there are 20 people in produce right now. Like, I don't know what to do.
That's what I see today. Is that I used to know everybody that came into Papa's. Now I don't know half of them.
It's so weird.
Which is a great thing.
Yeah.
That means our community's growing, and we're getting new people in our community, and we can help raise money for all those communities, people that are in around the area.
We can. And they all support our business, help us grow.
Yes, they do. And we appreciate them.
And you've cultivated a good group. You've been an icon. You've been a part of this community from then to now. And man, I'm grateful for it. And I'm grateful for you. And glad you're here to help a lot of these folks that are startup businesses, that need that startup support, and need you. They need a local venue like this station that supports small business, as well as your establishment that welcomes them. And those are great opportunities for people to get a step up that just maybe never had it, and maybe part of mine and part of my story that I'm grateful for. And I know a lot of other people could say the same. Truthfully, say the same.
Well, thank you. I'm grateful for you inviting me over to your station here and having this conversation.
Yeah. Well, Perry, what's that website one more time? Share that with me.
www.papasonthelake.com.
And we can see the whole calendar there.
Yeah, you can see the calendar there, the events that are going on, or you can see our menu, you see whatever.
And we can come out Tuesdays, catch steak night. We can come on the weekends, catch music from 11 to 7.
Yes, sir.
All right. Perry, hey, thank you,
Armando, I appreciate your time.
man,
Thank
I'm
you very
glad
much.
you came.
Thank you.
So
Finally,
glad.
huh?
You know, man. And you catch him out there. You go out to Papa's and visit with him. You come right out here and catch his show. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be right back after this. Thank you, Perry.
Thank you.
Tune in to 104.5 Lone Star Radio on my mind.
Car enthusiasts of Conroe, FM 104.5 and 106.1 Lone Star Community Radio invites you to shift into gear every Monday from 1 to 2 with Cruising Car Club Talk with Robert and Randy for news on all things automotive in the greater Houston-Conroe area. Can't make a live show? We've got you covered. You can find all of our uncut content, including full episodes on Spotify, iTunes, Play Store, YouTube, Facebook, and irlonestar.com. Again, that's Mondays 1 to 2, Cruising Car Club Talk with Robert and Randy. See you there.
Tune in to 104.5
Welcome back to the Texas Ticket. This is Armando, and I've got with me today the owner of JCT Granite Source here on Highway 105 West in the Waterpoint Center, Mr. Cuervo.
Hi, nice to meet you, boss. How you doing?
Wonderful, Mr. Cuervo. Welcome.
Thank you.
And I just for everyone, so everyone knows, Mr. Cuervo is a friend of mine. I regard as a friend, and but I met you because of your chili.
Yeah. We won second.
I mean, really,
contest.
it
Yeah.
don't have anything to do with your business, but your chili's good.
The chili's fire. Yeah. And it was a rigged contest, but yeah, we got second place.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
got a second. It was rigged.
It was rigged. Yeah. First place needed to have a sponsor for a nonprofit organization. We knew, so we got second place. That's right. Yeah.
It was amazing.
Thank you.
I really you when I met your team, I was like, oh, so who made the chili? And you're like, well, me and her.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, well, tell me all about your story. So we got to meet a bit there, and I got to take a look at some of your work, and I was like, man, this guy's done so many projects that help build our area.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Papa's on the Lake, B52.
tell me about
a lot of
Papa's. What did you do at
commercials.
Papa's?
Just countertops. We started a business. Granite Source started over 10 years ago, just doing countertops. And, it was
And you
just
did
me and a
countertops
little
over
girl.
at Papa's place?
Yeah, we did on Papa's, on B52, Shenanigans, Seven Leguas. Yeah, plenty of them. Rancho Grande. Yeah.
Rancho Grande. Allá en Rancho Grande. Allá donde me vida. Come on.
I don't know that
No,
song.
come on, man. Where
No,
you
I
at? Don't leave me hanging like that. Dude, I thought we were about to go into a song together, and then we're gonna like take it all the way to like commercial.
We could, but I don't know how to sing, man. I'm sorry.
So, but you do know how to build and rebuild homes,
Yes.
bathrooms, pergolas, to patios, to kitchens, and I've seen some of your work, and it's
Yeah.
remarkable.
Thank you. Yeah.
Nothing like me singing in the shower.
No. And it took a while. I mean, it was a pain process, evolving the business from the point where we start till now. I never been for the bragging, but we're a very trustworthy renovation company here in the area.
Yeah,
Most
and
definitely.
it's 936-442-1919.
That's
and,
correct.
You know, and I think, man, I think your new step is going into residential versus commercial. I mean, so the commercial industry
yeah.
doesn't need to be. They just need to know you get the right product, the right stuff, and the
Yeah.
right pricing, and you get a contract.
Yeah.
But then when you do good work, you end up working into this residential zone that just brings on so much more of an intimate, personal. It's my bathroom.
Yes, most definitely. I mean, commercials, they pay the bills, but it's the same thing over and over again. And me as a business owner, I mean, the key was for me to do something different, and being able to do residential and come up with the layouts, the styles, the designs. That's what drives me.
Was that waterfall counter? I'm like, what the hell's a waterfall counter?
Yeah.
It's where the granite just goes all the way down to the
Yes,
ground on the other
that's
side,
right.
right? So it
Yeah.
comes up from the floor with a natural arc, no break, no seam.
No break.
And it comes all the way across the actual kitchen counter.
That's right.
That's so cool. I mean, it's like the infinity pool. You know what I mean? It's like, I got a pool.
You
I got an infinity
pool. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, that's
you know
right.
what I know? I mean, I can still cut my vegetables on the other one.
Yeah,
You know, but
Yeah, we like to upscale, and we always looking for the biggest challenge.
and then those little sinks over the stove, you know, where you can put out a fire, you can add to your pot if it's a big pot, or you can, you know, douse things, cook things, add things, just that whole facilitation there in the grill. And I love to cook, so I've seen your work in there, and I've seen this work just period, and not necessarily yours, but I do love all that modernization in the kitchen, and I really like it. And then you added some real sexy dynamic of working with the lighting and tile and the granite and the backsplash that used to be. I remember when I was growing up, backsplash was like one row of tile along the side. Yeah, just one little 4x4 or 3.5 by 3.5, whatever that is. This row of tile along the base of the Formica was considered backsplash.
Backsplash. Yeah, that's right.
But now it's the whole wall, all the way up to the cabinet.
All the way up, yeah.
Yeah, and we've actually graduated past that to putting some art into it and making it sexy.
Yeah.
And I've seen this with under-counter lighting and some contrast backsplash. They're just really cool stuff.
Yes.
I just feel like it's super expensive.
It's not. That's a bad
It looks
mentality.
expensive. It looks expensive.
Well,
I mean,
it's
I walk in,
new.
I say, "Wow, this is must be expensive."
Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful. It must be very
It's
expensive.
new. Anything that is new is gonna look great, you know.
And usually
and
expensive.
there's apples to apples.
Yeah.
No, it can be something affordable. It can be something humble. Now everything is on a budget. Now this might sound raw, but I'd rather come into the people's houses, you know, new customers, not clients, but ask really for the budget up front. You tell me how much you want to spend, so I can see how much I can deliver. Now let's say it's a small job, $50,000. Well, that doesn't mean that I'm gonna put in 25,000 and make 25 myself. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
As long as I can make about 10% for the business, we're good.
Yeah.
So we try to deliver as
And
much
then
as
you can
possible.
get them better product.
Exactly.
But I think on the other side of that layer, just from what I've gotten to know over the past few years since you opened your store at Waterpoint on Highway 105 West, I've noticed that the vendors love the idea of working in that area of Montgomery County.
Most definitely.
They know that there's a lot of building going on, so your procurement tends to lead into better pricing from the source. So, 25, 10%, these are all relative terms. It's like when my daughter says, my dad's very rich. Well, she's got 4 quarters in her hand when she says that. You know what I mean? And, I get it. It's a matter of perspective and how, she sees it in, her eyes. So when you see it as a 50-50 split, well, if you were a 90-10 or a 20, it's all relative. If you got if you sourced well, it changes the whole thing.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, we're super busy right now. We're booked till June, and honestly, I got work lined up till the end of October. So really, I mean, we're blessed. Honestly, since we opened the new showroom there on Waterpoint Plaza.
That's pretty.
Oh, thank you. We were able to triple our sales.
Yeah.
So it has been a blessing. Really, it's not about the money. It's about the concept. It's about the design. And I'm not going to lie. I mean, it's a job at the end of the day.
Yeah, you work your ass off, dude.
Being able to be selective with the jobs makes the big difference.
I think part of that, and correct me if I'm wrong here, I mean, I'm just watching, but man, I see you in your projects. You're not visiting.
That's the other thing.
You're not overseeing
I outwork anybody.
the project.
Is that mine? Yeah, I work any contractor. Anybody. I do the sale, the design, and I work. I get dirty. That's right. Yeah.
Oh, I did. Really? You want to change your shirt for the next video?
Yeah. Put that on camera. Make sure I show my face.
Oh, it's on camera.
Yes,
yeah.
that's
and
right.
I see grind. I see you put in the work, and I see it firsthand. So when I select a job, if I'm actually be the guy working it, I consider the fact of, where I put my back in it. Do I? There's more than my paycheck. I want to feed my family, but at some point, I can do it in this job or this job, you know, and so when I'm deciding between two jobs, and I know I'm going to be the guy down there in the grit, you know, I gotta really be into the project, you know, and because you're immersed in it, you know, you're hands on, and I think that gives you a whole lot more different perspective.
It gives peace of mind to the client, and at the end of the day, when people hire me, anybody can do a countertop, right? Anybody can do painting. But selecting the paint, selecting the countertop, changing the doors, adding the fixtures, all the trim, everything combined, it takes time, you know.
Yeah.
And coming up with the idea and being there on the job site and making sure everything goes well.
Nobody does that.
yeah,
you know,
no.
no one that takes responsibility for.
I want to
taking your-
make sure.
No one that
yeah.
takes responsibility from taking your check from your hand to mine.
Mm-hmm.
See that little part.
Yeah.
And then where I'm on site at your house and I'm putting my own, I'm not just putting my name and brand on it, which
Yeah.
is already a nice step for a lot of vendors out
Yeah,
there. And
of
it's,
course.
it's putting my seal
I
on
put
it.
my sweat on it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Tears
you're
and
definitely
blood.
that second step. And so when I see about a job that I'm unhappy with, you were on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know, that can't stay that way forever. And hopefully, I mean, one day
I put my own
you
standards
Yeah.
before the clients. Yeah, that's.
I see
for
it.
Sure.
I see that.
Yeah.
That's really one of the reasons that you were differentiated and brought to our attention, and you were brought to us, is that you do, you know, you do separate that gap, you know, from a contractor to a doer. You know, I mean, I think I get a lot of people tell me how things should be done, and I listen as a form of education, growth, and wisdom, and you know, teachings, and to learn, and from, you know, on the shoulders of giants I can see further. But on the other hand, there are the people that are actually out there grinding at it that can give you a firsthand account of what will work and what won't.
Yep.
And it's not, you know, it's me. You know, I'm the guy. I'm the one taking your money. I'm the one executing the program. I'm the one giving you a vision.
Yeah.
I'm the artist of this project. And you the first thing you said was, you know, there are a few things, and it's coming up with a good vision for the project.
Yes.
And I think that comes from experience, and that comes
Yes.
from experience that you didn't have residentially before,
No.
but you've had commercially, which to me this is where the eyes are. This is the highest standard. I mean, if I go to a really nice place and I'm like, oh, did you see the bathrooms?
That's right. Yeah.
Honey, did you see the bathrooms? Oh, the men's room is nice as the ladies. I don't know what the ladies' rooms look like. Have you gone to places and your
Yeah,
wife
of
says
course.
this? I mean,
Yeah.
all the time, right? Well, maybe not all the time, but at times. And these times are you know, you're like, wow, how great is the bathroom? I mean, have you seen the dinner that the lamb came? You know?
Yeah, it's
You
the
know,
whole concept. Even when you go to a restaurant or a hotel, yeah, it's
This
the whole
has
thing.
to be, yeah, and
Customer
the-
service as well. Yeah, everything is involved.
And so when I see some guy that is set to these standards, that's going to come into my residential home with that mindset, I think his vision is something I can respect, and something I care for, and something that can show me, rather than, because the only thing I know is what my neighbor's house looks like.
The thing I think also that we gotta be on consideration for all the contractors out there. Me as a business owner, you know, if I gotta go to work and my wife has to stay home, I want my contractors to treat her with respect, you know, and be focused just on the job. So it's a little bit of everything, like I was telling you. It's the customer service, it's the vision, it's the materials as well.
Yeah.
But again, it doesn't have to be expensive. I mean, you can buy affordable things and make it look pretty. So it's a little bit of everything.
You've
for
been
sure.
so good at doing that, and I know nobody's accepting commercial bids at the highest price.
Yeah.
They're just not doing it.
No.
Right. So when you've got to make something amazing for an efficiency price, you got to know that commercial work taught you this.
Oh yeah, and that's crazy though. The usually us contractors, any business, they want to get their feet inside the commercial. That's where the money is. Well, you get tired of it. You really do. I mean, doing the job just because you need a paycheck is not fun, bro. It's just not fun.
Well, a lot of people are there. You know, I know I am. You know, I get it. That whole work for my next paycheck, but I'm not the entrepreneur you are. I am not the business owner you are.
you.
And I know that there is a whole different contrast to being that type of business owner, but there are a lot of folks who go to work every day to earn that paycheck, and then you know what they want to do with that money they work their butts off to get? Want to make their wives and family happy, their daughters and children, so they have a nice place to take a shower and a good kitchen
That's
to
right.
live in. And if this was my prison, if this was my box, I could not leave. Am I happy in it? Is it the way I want it?
Yeah.
Is my kitchen serving me the way I want it? Because
Yeah.
if I have nothing more, no more further luxury to supply my family, is this kitchen good for my wife and my children and my family to do what they need to do? Is that bathroom
Good enough.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
it make everybody happy? Is it fresh?
Yeah.
Is it give them that good feeling? Does it bring a good energy in my home?
Yeah.
You know, does it make everybody happy? And I've seen your projects, I've seen your work. They're worth of taking a look. They're worth a visit. And I've seen what you do. And I honestly, I would prefer commercial to residential versus residential to commercial. And I'd rather they tried you. They checked you. They brought your experience to where it needed to be before you came into my house.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and now you're in my home and you're bringing these quality projects that are good enough for the rest of our community that I've already gone to your bathroom 100 times. You know, I've already seen your bar.
Yeah.
I've already ate at it, and it's been good enough my whole life, and good enough for this community, and it's good enough for me. And you can find you know, you had a your phone number is 936-442-1919.
That's right.
What's your website again?
It's gonna be granitesourcetx.com, and you can find me on Google. Just look at JCT Granite Source. You're gonna be able to find all my platforms. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Nextdoor.
And you share
there's
a lot
of
about
them.
you. You share a
a
lot
lot of
about
them.
you doing this grind, this daily grind on the site because you want people to know it's for real and you're really there. You know, and because it is hard to believe. It's hard to understand that you're not only doing it, you're immersed in it. I mean, imagine it. It's you know. I mean, you can only yell at yourself. You know, I mean, you're there. You know what I mean? I mean, the team can't take it too far But I know you've been able to procure some of the best granite prices I've seen in our area, and you've been able to procure some of the best furnishing prices for like under cabinet work and things like that. I've been to your place for your grand opening about a year ago today, and I know there were at least half a dozen painters there trying to get your work and procure the cheapest price in painting with you.
Yeah.
And I'm not even sure why, but all the work you do, they know, you know, and I'm sure when you talk about how you're going to bring the best price to us and your marks and your percentages and what I know, they're not the same as everybody else's.
No. If you go to any upscale business, I'm most definitely sure I'll be 20-30% cheaper than them. And it's not that I do cheap quality. It's just I'm way more affordable. That's all.
Yeah.
And I know there's people out there now, starters, that they don't have an overhead, and I know they're gonna be way more affordable than me, at least at 20%. So I'm right in the middle, and I feel comfortable being in the middle. So life is good. The sun comes for it.
But man, I like to hang my hat on the guy's going to finish the job, you know, because things happen. And granted, every job is different. I mean, but every job is a day of my life as well, right? So I had to go home to my wife. I had to go do this. I had to go do that. Then I had to wake up the next morning, take a shower, and come back to work again. You see, so there was a gap, right, that everybody experiences. And I think that they're one of those things that present a lot of challenges to a lot of people that we've got to endure and still do the job. And that represents who we are and how we do our business. Not that we weren't good at it. He was good at it, but his family got the best of him.
Yep.
You know, or his habit got the best of him, or his lifestyle, or his he fishes so much he decided he's going to take off to Cabo for the weekend.
Yep.
You know, so there's these things, and those are just a shallow scratch of what possibilities. One of the things we can count on is a hard-rooted business right here in our community with a hard store you can go to and walk to on Highway 105 West that you know that didn't come by night. It's been here for a long time.
Yeah.
It's serviced your community for a decade plus. And it's still here today to service you residentially. And you can find you at your website at JCT Granite. And you can reach them out at 936-442-1919.
Thank you,
Mr.
Armando.
Cuervo, thank you for coming, brother.
Thank you,
Appreciate
boss.
you. Glad you made it out.
Uh-huh.
All right. We'll be right back after this with the Punch Your Texas Ticket segment of the show, folks.
Lone Star Radio on my mind.
Every Friday, tune into Texas Ticket on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 FM with Armando Nino of Gold Lake Conroe. focusing on Montgomery County area events and places. Get a feel of the Texas spirit at the event, paired with guest and vendor interviews, event coverage, and ticket giveaways, and so much more. Join us Fridays and punch your Texas ticket. For more information on the show, visit irlonestar.com/Texas ticket. Welcome back to the Texas Ticket. This is Armando, and I've got the Punch Your Texas Ticket segment of the show. And it's just a section where we go over all the stuff that makes you a little more Texan. So I want to thank Perry Loughridge from Papa's Ice House for coming in today. Also, I'd like to thank Mr. Cuervo from JCT Granite Source there on Highway 105 West. And both are like down the street from each other. I didn't even think about it until just a minute ago. But let's go over some of these events. And one of the things we want to talk about is what is free for Montgomery County. There's a few free events. The Heritage Place Park, and that's just right down here. It's at the actual address is 500 Metcalf Street, Conroe, Texas. There's a great concert lineup on May 8th. You can get the Barefoot Nation. That's a tribute to Kenny Chesney. June 5th, Mr. Wonderful. And that's the 80s experience. But Mr. Wonderful is typically associated with Elton John. So I want to put those on there. We'll stop at the Eagles tribute band appearing July 10th and bring those up at a later episode that keep you in tune with those things so you can plan your weekends and for you and your family in a safe, comfortable place downtown Conroe for a free concert. It's such a treat, and these are the same bands, the same tribute bands you'll find at places all over Montgomery County that will charge you to come see them. You pay a ticket. You go out, and lots of this goes on, and maybe not welcome for children. But this is a great place to bring the family, see a free event. You got your opportunity there. But they're not alone. Now, if for folks down by the lake, there is the Pine Market Summer Concert Series that kicks off May 2nd, which is tomorrow. And that's happening it's presented by Wood Forest. It's at the 885 Pine Market Avenue in Montgomery, Texas. You can come catch that. Free admission. Let me make sure that's clear. It's free admission, and these are usually from 7 to 9 p.m. respectively. I think those times may move moderately. But during from May 2nd all the way to July 18th, they'll be doing weekly free concerts on the weekends out there throughout the summer to help entertain you and your family, give you an opportunity to come out and see the area. And that's what we're here to do. You can reach them at 885 Pine Market Avenue for the free concert. Johnny and the Spin Stations with covers of Elvis, Chuck Berry, more from the 50s night tomorrow night. The 60s are up and with CC Ryder Band taking the stage with some Motown and Soul May 16th. And we'll elaborate on that afterwards and kind of tell you about the series as it moves on from there. Brass Rock and Brass Inferno, Chicago, Santana, Elton John, wine, craft beer. You know it. You love it. It's a Deep Roots Vineyard, and you can catch them out at 249 Plantersville, 18444 State Highway 249, and those guys, tickets are on sale now. You can catch them. It's the Brass Infernos, what they're called. If you haven't heard of this group, fabulous, fun time. What a chill event. What a way to relax and have some fun in a true Texas environment in a very relaxed setting. September 27th, Cirque du Soleil, OVO, at the Frostbank Center in San Antonio, Texas. Those tickets are on sale now. You can pick those up and go out to San Antonio. Visit the Alamo while you're down there. And, a lot of good stuff down there. You can come catch that Guadalupe, the Frio, and all the stuff that's on the way. On June 7th, to catch Aaron Tipton at the Coyote Country Store at Watson Avenue there in Gale, Texas. If you haven't had an opportunity to visit Aaron Tipton, it might be a good time to make it happen if you're heading that way. Also in Arlington, on tomorrow night from 12 to 4, Cody Jenks at AT&T Stadium. You can catch him out there, and that's a good show. So if you're heading that way tomorrow, Don't forget. You'll put that in the calendar there. Bikes, Classics, Cars, a Saturday. Starts at 8 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. May 3rd down here at Hunger Crush Cafe on Highway 105 West in the Waterpoint Center right in front of JCT Granite's location. You can catch them right there. Right after you pass Papa's on the lake, keep on going a little further. On the right-hand side is the Waterpoint Marina. In there, you'll find the car show, the Classics and Coffee meet, and they'll be there at 8 a.m. And I think the hunger boards support Montgomery County Food Bank and different causes. But you can go in there and help some folks out. Also, on just a footnote, on June 7th, they'll be at the Victory for Veterans car ride and that whole thing, and we'll bring up next week on the show. But, you know, same place, Hunger Crush Cafe is doing a whiskey tasting at the Waterpoint Center at Hunger Crush Cafe May 2nd. By popular demand, we're exploring whiskey regions of the country. Oh, wow. Love the idea. It's a $79 8-course meal with 5 to 8 different whiskeys. I don't even know if I'd make it through that. But it's a nice try. You know, I think one of the things I've noticed in the previous events was a lot of great food, a lot of good stuff, and a lot of great happenings, good fellowship, and everybody who goes keeps coming back. It's that good. The Triple Crown Racing, just keep in mind the Kentucky Derby starts Saturday, May 3rd. Preakness is May 17th. And the Belmont Stakes, June 7th. You can catch all of those. They're going to be on your calendar. I know they're doing some stuff down at the new Guadalajara's downtown Conroe. Go visit with them. For the Kentucky Derby for the May 3rd. I believe they're May 10th or something like that. You can call Guadalajara's, figure it out. Table at Medley's got Rodell Duff. You know, I've never heard Rodell Duff. I'll be straight and honest with you. I'm looking forward to it, though. But I did get a few folks mention his name to me, that this man is one to watch. Or like Armando, have you heard of Rodell Duff? I said, no. He's amazing. You should. So Rodell Duff, I am eager to listen to his music. I plan to go home and listen in on some of that. May 9th from 7:30 to 9 at Table at Madeley. The tickets are start at $15. So if you get an opportunity, Rodell Duff's one to watch, from what I understand. So I'm looking forward to catching Rodell. One we have heard is Cody Joe Hodges, spreading that J-O-Y. And he'll be at the Table at Medley as well. You can catch him May 14th from 7:30 to 9. Outstanding show. What a gentleman. What a great duet with him and his wife. They do an amazing job. Such a fun show. I think he opened at the Big Red Barn, the Big Barn over there on 105, Rayford, the Big Barn. And he was out there, and he was opening for, I can't remember his name. Opening for another artist, and he was the opening band, and honestly, when he finished, I thought I'd seen the show. Oh, Scooter Brown. He was opening for Scooter Brown. But I thought I'd seen the show, and I had to tell everybody with me, no, that's Cody Joe Hodges. That's not Scooter Brown. Wow, he's really good. He is really good, and can definitely bring that joy to you and your friends and your family, that you get the opportunity and blessed to watch him play. He's outstanding. Bobcat, the one-man band, will be at the Red Brick Tavern Sunday, and they're May 4th. You can catch them Sunday. If you miss everything else over the weekend, you can go catch Bobcat, one-man band, Red Brick Tavern, 936-539-2000. The 8 national competition, they were here last week on our program. We had them come in. Their tournament's going on May 16th through 18th over at the Lone Star Convention Center. Go watch some of that stuff. Different events every day. You can catch them on their website. That'll be linked down below. The Lone Star Convention Center and Expo Center also has calling all crawfish lovers. They're doing the Crawfish Critic Cook-Off May 16th and 17th of 2025. You can go out there and catch everybody out there. And our friend Wade Fishes, he's going to be out there. Stale Cracker, the Cajun Cooking Comedy Show. And I'll tell you, Wade Fishes, I don't know if he's as funny as his food is good, because his food is good. I mean, I've watched him, prepare and catch fish. He is a great fisherman and an amazing chef, and I look forward to seeing his comedy. So you can catch all of that May 16th and 17th, 2025. Wade Fishes, and that's with a Z if you haven't found him online. Just check that fella out. He's really good. Classic Truck Throwdown, June 7th and 8th, Lone Star Convention Center and Expo Center. Go catch all of that if you got one of them fancy trucks. And, you know, I just want to make sure one more time, Cinco de Mayo, of course, is translated as the 5th of May. And it's not pronounced Kitchenetta, it's Quinceañera. So I just want to help all the Texans out there just be a better verse with our Latin community friends. It's Quinceañera. Say it with me. Not Kitchenetta. Okay, so putting that out there, you know, that is May 5th, which it actually translates to. Independence Day in Mexico is September 16th, not May 5th. All right. So, and that's a tough one. Cinco de Mayo is the holiday that commemorates the Mexican Army's victory over the French at the Battle of Puebla. That's it. Is what it is. And we're going to drink a lot of margaritas to celebrate it. That's what happens. That's the end result. And that's where we are. And then there's a lot of end results that occur for the country of Mexico and whatnot. But their independence was a different date. So September. So we'll celebrate that when the time comes. But in the meantime, we're going to celebrate the victory at Puebla. Come May 5th. I hope y'all had a good one. Our thanks to Diamond Co., Hunger Crush Cafe, Timberline Crossing here in downtown Conroe, and as well as Liquid Environmental Pools. I did want to also make a footnote on a reschedule for the MoCo Fashion Show. Will be rescheduled for October 10th, and in respects to breast cancer awareness and bringing and involving that into the program. Be sure to catch up with the updates there at MoCo Fashion Show on Facebook and social media, as well as Go Lake Conroe. You can call Liquid Environmental Pools at 281-623-3218. And I'd also like to let you know that you can donate, contribute, or support Lone Star Community Radio at the link below. There's a donate button down there. Buy us a cup of coffee. Thank us for the show. Any donation is welcome. We're always grateful. We're glad to have you be a viewer and a part of the program. Thank you for watching the Texas Ticket Show. We'll see you next week on the Texas Ticket.
Radio on my mind.